Now in this video I am going to give a comparison between the various headsets, recording headsets for use with particular emphasis with voice recognition software. So here we have the entry Poly Plantronics headset. Plantronics has been taken over by a company called Poly, and the version that is the entry level is the C3210, and this happens to be the one that I'm using to record this particular video. So as you can see, it's roughly about €50. And the second headset then is the mid-range, and that is the Voyager, Poly Voyager Focus 2, USB based and also Bluetooth based. And the third is the handheld microphones favored by medical legal professionals using voice recognition, and this is the nuance PowerMic III. So these would be more expensive in the range, and you hold it in your hand and press the actual button in the middle there. There's lots of other configuration as well. And so let's have a look at the various differences in sound quality. So I've recorded all on the Audacity, and my sound range is mid, so the microphone is set to mid-range. And let's listen through it, and then at the end I'll just give my overview of the various headsets and let you decide also. Testing 1 2 3 testing, testing 1 2 3 testing. This is the Plantronics Poly Blackwire, and this is the C3210. Testing 1 2 3 testing, testing 1 2 3. This is the Poly Voyager Focus 2 Bluetooth test. Testing 1 2 3 testing, testing. This is the Poly Voyager Focus 2, which has the connection, not the Bluetooth configuration, but the wired USB connection to the computer. Testing 1 2 3. This is the nuance PowerMic III test. I have it held on just an inch away from my left cheek, and if I progress it down towards the cheek, down towards the left hand side of my mouth, and I'm now orientating it just under my chin there, just under the chin as stated, and you can hear the difference. I'm orientating it up from the chin up over the mouth, and now I am orientating it away from my mouth about 7 inches and bringing it back, and now I'm moving it down towards my chin, under my chin, and then over just next to the left of my cheek, about an inch away from my mouth, or an inch away from my cheek on my left hand side. And there you can ascertain the difference in PowerMic. Thanks for watching. Testing 1 2 3. This is the Poly Voyager Focus 2, and I have the noise cancellation switched off, and that is the test there, and I'm using the wireless Bluetooth connection to my PC. 1 2 3 testing. This is the Poly Voyager Focus 2 headset, which I have connected wired. I have wired the connection via USB, and the noise cancellation is turned off. Okay, so that's a comparison between all of the 3 headsets in various configurations. Let's just go back to the beginning there. Here's my observations. So this is the entry level. So the first sound test is with the entry level, which is the Plantronics Blackwire C321, €50. And let's just play it again there. Testing 1 2 3 testing, testing 1 2 3. So my first observation is that the quality is very good for an entry level, and it would be suitable for those using voice recognition in an exam setting or even for medical legal. In terms of life expectancy, if it's used and looked after, it could last up to 3 years. Usually with all of these USB-based connections, it's the actual USB connection that wears out, which leads to a deterioration of the quality. slight hissing sound in the background, but nothing that would affect the quality for use with voice recognition, in particular Dragon. So the other aspect then is the poly. So let's go down to the poly and just give my observations there. Where are we? Starting at 15. Here we are. So let's just play this. This is the, let me just bring it up there just to show you. This is the Poly Voyager 2 headset test next. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. This is the Poly Voyager. Now the first observation, I have it configured so that it uses Bluetooth, so it's wireless. I have the little USB dongle connected into the laptop. I'm using Windows 10 machine, and it's all updated. So the first initial observation that I have noted is that when I press the record, there's a slight delay in picking up the first few microseconds, I suppose, the first few bit of time there in regards to the first thing that I've stated. That's a difficulty that can be quite cumbersome when using with voice recognition like Dragon. The other aspect is more or less, I suppose, there's not much really in comparison to the Plantronics entry level Blackwire C310, in my opinion. Let's jump on to the third aspect there, the third and final headset, and that is the nuance PowerMic headset. It's designed and created by the company that makes Dragon. It's not the only handheld brand out there. There's lots of others. I believe Philips as well is a very strong brand in that particular market. But you just basically hold it in your hand, and the ideal location, based on the tests that I've observed today, is to hold it so that the microphone is under the chin, about an inch away from the chin. If the more you orientate it to the breath over the mouth, you'll get a lot of distortion there, which will lead to a deterioration in the quality of the voice recognition and dictation. So let's just have a quick look at that there and see how that panned out. So where is it? It's at 27. Here we are. So let's just play this. So this is the, no, my apologies. This is, let me go to 44 for the nuance PowerMic. There we are. Now this is the PowerMic. So instantly you can even see there the signature, the volume and the clarity has increased. So let's just have a play of that there and see. Testing 1 2 3. This is the nuance PowerMic III test. I have it held on just an inch away from my left cheek, and if I progress it down towards the cheek, down towards the left hand side of my mouth, and I'm now orientating it just under my chin there, just around, just under the chin as stated, and you can hear the difference. I'm orientating it up from the chin up over the mouth, and now I am orientating it away from my mouth about 7 inches and bringing it back, and now I'm moving it down towards my chin, under my chin, and then over just next to the left of my cheek, about an inch away from my mouth, or an inch away from my cheek on my left hand side, and there you can ascertain the difference in. So I suppose based on my observations with this, it's probably the best solution in terms of clarity of voice, but that is contingent in you holding the PowerMic under the chin about an inch away. So that's an observation that I didn't know until utilizing this little video and this test today. In terms of the other microphones, if I go to the Voyager, okay, there's two options here. This is based on my observations. The first is to connect it with Bluetooth wireless, and I have noticed that when using it with voice recognition software, Dragon in particular, the test, the clarity or the quality of the dictation is not as good, not as I would expect. And I've noticed that when you have the Bluetooth, sometimes it does drop in terms of the connectivity. There could be interference in the background. Again, that other observation is that when I press the record button, there's just a slight delay in the beginning before it starts recording. And I have liaised with Poly, the company, to inquire, and I've yet to get feedback. If I do, I'll probably create another video. Very good in terms of versatility if you don't want it to be wired, if you want to move about a bit more, if you don't want to be next to the computer. Very good as well for your online meetings, using it with MS Teams and so forth. And I suppose I tested twice with the Bluetooth and with the wired connectivity. So I connect up to USB to the computer, and I switched off the configuration for noise cancellation. That's very good if you're in an environment where there is background noise. If you're in a shared office space, probably beneficial to an extent, but that goes without saying for all of the various headsets that have noise cancelling software. Again, with the PowerMic, it's the same aspect there. Now, with this aspect in terms of noise cancellation, the quality of the microphone is so good that if there is background noise, again, you'll have to test that to see how good it is and the negative impact it will have on it. But that's with all of them, as stated. So I suppose to summarize, based on my experience here and using them over the past number of years, all of them are excellent in terms of use for online meetings, using with MS Teams and Zoom and so forth. In terms of price doesn't really separate quality in terms of the voice recognition for the headsets. So if you're using it for Dragon, you've just heard there the various signatures of the three. In my opinion, the Plantronics, which is €50, cheap and cheerful, does what it says. Slight hissing sound in the background, but not enough to, I suppose, put off Dragon. And if you want to go to Poly, this would be the least, in my opinion, for value and for use with voice recognition, for instance, with the Dragon Professional and Individual. I have tested it here on Dragon version 15, Windows 10. The quality via Bluetooth is less than desired, in my opinion. I wasn't happy with the quality and use with Dragon. And the best, I suppose, in terms of use, in terms of quality, is the nuance PowerMic, in my opinion. But again, the drawback is if you're using voice recognition for a continuing period of time, holding that microphone over long periods might be a challenge there. So in that instance, the Plantronics headset, €50 or thereabouts, is probably the best option. Now, you could try the Voyager and connect in the USB directly, but again, in my opinion, there's not much of a difference, in my opinion, between the quality of the voice recording on this and the Plantronics Blackwire entry-level series of Poly. So that is it. Bluetooth, as I said, generally slight delay, interference slightly. I don't recommend using Bluetooth-based headsets, in my opinion, with voice recognition. Now, for use on the phone, it is excellent. I've noticed that as well, using it via MS Teams on the phone or even making calls. Again, the aspect of having the headset there, that's the marketable aspect of it. It does cancel out other aspects of sound to you, so you can focus on what you're doing. Whereas with the other two, you don't focus on that. So here it's a binary, and therefore you only have one earpiece, but you can get it with two. From my experience over the years that I've been using it, I find that the binary is better because I can listen around the room as well. And with the Nuance PowerMic, again, there's a microphone on the actual PowerMic itself. The quality isn't fantastic, and in my opinion, you could configure your sound to go through your laptop, which may be better. And that is basically it. So all in all, in my opinion, if you want to do a lot of dictation and you don't want to compromise on quality, then the Plantronics Blackwire headset, very good. If you want to go super duper and you are medical legal, you're doing spurts of dictation, writing reports, not that very long, you don't want to compromise on quality. You have an environment where there is no background noise, so you have your own office environment. The Nuance PowerMic is excellent, and the least recommended, in my opinion, is the Voyager, the Bluetooth-based headsets. So that is the end of this video tutorial in terms of comparing and contrasting various recording headsets. And this video is obviously it's unbiased. There's no sponsorship from any of the various companies that make the headsets. It's just my own personal opinion, professional opinion based on my work. So thank you for watching.